guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am super excited for today's video. I am going to be doing kind of a thrifting reselling account, like tips and tricks video, just basically to give you guys some insight on how I got my thrifting account up and running. It took me about like 2-ish years to get my account really going and kind of like gain a following, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to kind of share with you, since I do have a little experience with it, just what personally works for me, especially with the difficulty of the Instagram algorithm and stuff like that. Sometimes it can be really hard to make sales, so I really wanted to make this video to kind of talk a little bit more about it. I did another video about this previously and it did really well. I got a lot of good feedback from it and a lot of messages on my thrifting account just telling me that they enjoyed the video or that, you know, they had like some questions to ask. So I decided to do this to kind of go a little bit more in depth. But yeah, anyways, I am really excited. So if you guys enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. And also don't forget, if you want to message me on the thrifting account or my main account, if you have any questions about anything, or you just want to give me some feedback about my channel or whatever, always feel free to message me, DM me, let me know what's up. We could be friends. I'm really bad with responding to my messages. It usually takes me like a week because I just get so many and then I like forget to respond to people, but I love getting the feedback, so don't forget to do that if you want to. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's talk thrifting, let's talk reselling. Yeah, baby. Okay, just a forewarning, if you see me looking down, I have my little notebook where I'm writing I wrote down like every point that I want to talk about. I have a bunch, so I'm gonna try to make it like short and sweet for everything so I don't like drag it on and you don't have to watch like a 20-minute video. But the first thing I want to talk about is the algorithm. So as a lot of you may know, if you have Instagram, the algorithm on Instagram is really weird. So I want to say the newest update to the algorithm is, I think it's like based on who you interact with the most or who Instagram thinks that you want to interact with the most is going to pop up first on your feed. So it can be really hard to get your posts up and going. When I first started my own account, I had a really difficult time with getting enough engagement on my posts. I would get like a couple likes, like 5 likes, and maybe like a comment being like, oh, that shirt's really cute, but like no bids or anything like that. So it was like, okay, this is pointless. Like, if I'm not gonna go out and like spend money on clothes to resell if I can't resell it. So what I did was I posted a lot on my stories. I would post like maybe a little bit too much on my stories, but honestly, the more that you can post without completely overwhelming your followers, the better, because it'll get your posts up in the algorithm and it will kind of remind people to interact more with your account. The more that people are seeing your content, the more that they'll be interested in it. So I've just found that posting a lot of like polls, Q&As, things that you can get people like interacting with is really important. There is a way to check your engagement as well. I want to say it's in settings. I can't think off the top of my head of like what you have to go into to look at it. But as long as you have a business profile, you can go in and see like the amount of engagement that you're getting daily, which is really good to look at because you want to make sure that you're increasing it. And if you're not, you want to kind of see what you could do better. You could post a little bit more. So that's really mainly what I wanted to talk about algorithm. The next point I wanted to make kind of goes off of the algorithm thing. So I really found that when I did Q&As, whether it was like, what do you guys want me to post? What do you guys want me to look for when I'm getting clothes? Like Q&As and getting people to actually engage with you and tell you and be honest and let you know like, hey, I don't like the type of clothing that you're posting, or like, I wish you would post more like sweatshirts, or I wish you would post more rompers for the summertime. Getting feedback from people is really important because if you don't get any feedback, you're not gonna learn how you can make your account better, which is then going to cause your account to go like this. And we don't want that. You want your account to go like this. So getting that feedback from people and doing polls and stuff like that really helps. Along with that, I found, and this was just recently, I didn't start doing this until a couple months ago maybe, I found that when I post clothes or do a drop or whatever you want to call it, if I post like 6 articles of clothing or whatever at like 5 o'clock, I will post a countdown for it because you can do the story countdowns. And I've actually found that has completely just like boosted my numbers. definitely gotten more bids on stuff because people can go in and turn their notifications on so they can see when you drop the clothing and they can be the first to bid. Also, sorry about my hair. I keep like touching it and going like this. I just hate how I look when I put my hair like behind my ear. But I just took a shower, so I can't really do anything with it, so I just have it in this little side bun. So I apologize before I get any comments of people being like, why is she touching her hair? That is why, because it like keeps coming in my face, but I like the framing pieces. That's why I cut them a little bit shorter, but yeah. Next point, number 3, giveaways. I'm touching my hair. I can't do it. I'm so sorry, guys, that you have to see this on camera, but I couldn't do it anymore. So, okay, this is the hair. This is what we're getting. I give up with it. I don't really care anymore. Okay, so as I was saying, giveaways. I have a love-hate relationship with giveaways because sometimes they can be really bad for your account just because people will like enter your giveaway and then they'll unfollow you if they don't win, which is like kind of crappy, but I guess, I don't know, maybe I would do the same. I've actually done the same thing when I've entered giveaways, so I can't really like talk too much crap, but it is a little frustrating because you are paying money for these people to possibly win something, whether you're giving away like a gift card or whatever. But I will say that giveaways have helped my account a lot. You want to make sure that you do it with the right people. Make sure you're doing it with accounts that get a lot of engagement. That's really kind of all I had to say about that. Number 4, this one is a big one. Make sure that if you're using hashtags in your post, you're using relevant hashtags. I use like a hashtag generator that I've just like copy and pasted on all my posts. I feel like I don't gain that much engagement from hashtags. It's also kind of hard to tell, but it definitely helps a little bit because if there's someone looking up like hashtag Levi's, like they want a pair of Levi's, they'll see your post. This one's my favorite. It is to follow other bidders that you see bidding on other thrift accounts, because if you're gonna do like a follow spree to gain followers, you don't want to do just like random people. Like, don't go in your explore page and just like find a random like sorority girl and like follow her and all her friends. Not everyone does that. Not everyone shops on Instagram like that for used clothes, so not everyone is going to be interested in that. But if you go and find that type of audience, aka people who are commenting on other people's clothing, like other thrifting accounts, you're gonna have a much better chance of getting them to follow you and look at your stuff. Next tip is this one's just common knowledge. Be friendly. Like, be a nice person and respond to your messages. Be really sweet and understanding. Just be nice, be friendly, because it is a business. I mean, if you were to work in like food and bev, it's like you have to be friendly, and it's still the same thing. So Número 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Número 7. There we go. Have a clean feed. I can't stress this enough. The amount of times I have come across, and I'm not judging these accounts, by the way, because I know that like some people genuinely don't know and they just want to get rid of clothes. People are going to be drawn to an account that has a fun aesthetic, a fun vibe. The pictures are clear, they're not blurry, the clothes aren't wrinkled. And it's not even like, you don't even have to try them on. I try mine on just because I feel like it gives people a better idea of how it's gonna look. But you don't have to. Like, you can still lay your clothes out and take pictures, which is personally, I think, a lot easier. I just like to make things hard for myself, so. But having a clean, bright feed and making sure that your pictures don't look like dark and blurry and wrinkly, because it looks like not professional. Also, with this, you can edit your pictures. I do, but always make sure to put a copy of the original untouched, unedited photo, because you don't want people getting like the wrong idea of the color of it, because sometimes when you edit your pictures, it can alter the color. So always make sure you can do like the double post thing. I do like a picture of the edited one just so it looks good in my feed, and then the second picture will be one just like unedited. So yeah. So the last point that I want to make is one that I don't think a lot of thrift accounts do, but I think I learned this from one of my friends on there. I think she was the one who like inspired me to do it. I can't remember though. Anyways, I started doing lives to kind of like promote my clothing. So I would do like, I would schedule lives. Again, I would do like the countdown, and I would do like, I'm going on live at 9 o'clock to show you guys all these clothes that I bought today that I'm going to put up before I post them. So you can get like a sneak peek preview of what I'm going to post. And I would totally recommend, because I've had so many people who have seen clothes in the live and decide to buy it literally before I even take pictures and post it. They would just be like, oh, can you send me like a couple pictures of it like laying down just so I can like see the color or whatever again? And they'd be like, okay, like I'll buy it. And I'll just do like a set price. Like for instance, if it was like a Tommy Hilfiger like sweatshirt, I would be like, okay, like $40 with shipping, or like $50 with shipping included, or something like that along those lines. But doing that kind of gives, it also brings, I feel like it brings like a good connection with you and your followers, and kind of more of like an intimate setting where you can be like, hey, like I'm giving you guys an exclusive like sneak peek at what I'm posting before I post it, and kind of makes them feel a little bit closer to you. It also gives them a better chance to get to know you, because it can kind of be fun on lives to like have people ask you questions and you can like talk to them and stuff like that. It's just really fun. So I would recommend doing that. Every time I've done a live with my clothing, it's always ended well. I don't think there's ever been a time where it was like a waste of my time. But yeah, just make sure you let people know about it so they can know to join. So I think that's it. I think that's really like all the tips that I had. Honestly. Yeah. That's about it. Pretty basic, but important things that I wish I would have known in the beginning when I first started, that I kind of had to learn along the way. Majority of these I've just learned. I haven't even like watched other videos about it. I just kind of like, I was like, oh, this just makes sense. So sometimes it can be helpful to like get that insight from someone who's been doing it for a while. So if you are brand new, I hope that these tips helped you. And like I said, if you do have any questions, feel free to message me. My account is at ChucktownThreads on Instagram. I will link it in the description box below, so you can go check it out. I hope this video helped you, and don't forget to subscribe, because I will be posting more thrifting videos when I can actually go thrifting again. And I hope you guys all have a great day and are staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.